Catherine, thank you so much for telling us about Impactable. So this solution was directly and heavily informed by your past and the previous work that you were doing. Can you highlight your experience and how it informed what you built?
Totally. Yeah, so I get asked this question a lot. So prior to launching Impactable, I managed an accelerator fund and led 2 global innovation initiatives. The first partnered with Bloomberg Philanthropies, focused on urban innovation, and the second, in partnership with the Obama administration, focused on climate adaptation innovation. And what happened was the partners started asking, like, how much impact have we actually had? So we sat down with the founders and asked them very simple questions about their impact, and they couldn't answer them. We looked for other solutions we could draw from, but they were all designed for much later stage, often public companies. They asked questions about employee wage gap, which is an appropriate question to ask a corporate, but our guys had teams of like 10. It was really their products and services, which, when delivered at scale, could potentially move the needle on these tough challenges. So we designed an impact modeling approach that forecasted impact the same way we project financials. And the founders came back to us and told us that it helped them close their round, win pitch competitions, accelerate their growth. And the investors came to us and said, we want these analytics from every company in our portfolio. So I launched Impactable and have since realized that this is a much bigger problem and we have a real proven solution.
Great. So you're talking about measuring impact. Seems like the right thing to do. But you've said before, there's a misperception that impact is actually being measured right now. But what is the reality?
Yeah, so here's what's going on. LPs want to align their capital with their values, so they invest in ESG or impact funds. But the reality is that those fund managers usually have policies that sit on the shelf, because to report out rigorously on impact, it means you need to collect data from every company in your portfolio. And when fund managers go to do that, usually with manual surveys, they will find that companies don't have impact data. So fund managers need to work with them one-on-one. And even if they do collect that data, it's really hard to make sense of it all to report out meaningfully to LPs. It's expensive, it's time consuming, especially when dealing with 20, 50, 100 portfolio companies. And look, fund managers aren't impact experts, but we think that if you call yourself an ESG or impact fund, you should be able to report out on ESG impact.
Yep, that does seem logical. So you've got a great product up. Why is now the perfect time for Impactable?
Yeah, so there are 2 major trends going on right now. First, $1.2 trillion has been invested for impact in 2022, up 63% since 2019. And at the same time, the legitimacy of ESG in the public market is under major scrutiny right now. Funds are under investigation. We're expecting tighter disclosure regulations. And the scrutiny is legit. The combination of these 2 trends is driving massive demand for tracking and accountability, and that demand is reflected in our traction. Our waiting list is growing at 96% month over month. We're getting inbound interest from top tier funds of funds, brands, and institutions. We really can't keep up with demand. Now is really the time to capture market share and ensure that the trillions invested drive intended outcomes for people and planet.
Awesome. Amazing, Catherine. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And next up, we'll have Anthem.